Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. I think we are doing really good in 2019 here by uploading frequently and more videos and better content in general. So today we are still doing builds that I have done before, and this is kind of not a recreation but a reimagining of what I did way back in the day on my most viewed video, which is the underwater house. I did a underwater house too, which actually turned out really great, but it wasn't so much an underwater house as people thought, because I kind of created this illusion that there was a little house on top of it, which was the entrance. So I went back to watch the original underwater house that I did, which by the way has over 2 million views. I mean, come on, what is happening? That's so crazy. But yeah, 2 million views. I went back to watch it because it has been getting a lot of comments lately, which I really appreciate, so thank you so much for that as well. And I went back in to watch the video to actually see what was going on with it, because I honestly don't remember too much what it looked like and how it was built and stuff like that. So I went back in, watched how it was done, how it turned out, and I really still like it. It's still a really good build. The problem with that build, the problem that I still have, is that we didn't have that many items at the moment, at that point when I did that build. So I felt like, and I still do, I felt like when I did that build that there was something lacking, that we needed something more, and that's why I wanted to go in again and give another underwater house a go again. So we are at the exact same lot as we were in the first build, so the exact same place, we have the exact same lot size. And I wanted to create something that kind of paid homage to the original underwater build that I did, but still was fresh and new. So I went down into the water here, as you guys can see, and I started creating these large B-cube like rooms. These I believe it's called octagons, octagonal rooms, which I actually didn't hate. We created long hallways as well to kind of create the illusion on the top when we started doing that. Creating the illusion that it's small islands instead of one big island. So in the original underwater build, we created a big island in the middle, kind of like a big island, and there was like this whole movie setup thing going on top. I wanted to go something more natural this way, and also since we have the terrain tools now, I wanted to really utilize those as well and create something that looked more natural, more in touch with nature, plants and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we kind of did. So right when you walk into the original underwater house, there is this little seating area place and the kitchen. I wanted to still keep that idea, so right when you walk into this underwater house, the Underwater3, you walk straight into the kitchen. Now the original underwater house was a very modern take on what I thought a underwater house would look like, but this time around I wanted to go somewhat in a different direction. So I was kind of thinking, what if this really old school style had a baby with something more contemporary, something a bit more modern. That's what I tried to create here. This kitchen went through some iterations, as you can see, and I didn't actually cut that out because I know a lot of you guys actually enjoy watching me do stuff, like the process of the building in which I make mistakes and stuff like that. So this video is a bit longer, but it's also something that I promised last year, that my new videos for 2019 would be more of the builds, because people have been saying that, hey Auvbri, we want to see more of the build, we want to see how you do certain stuff and maybe not speed them up as much. So I've also started speeding down my builds. I've started showing you more of the decorational aspect, as you can see right now, because I know that's what people wanted to see, and I kind of get that. I kind of get that you want to see how things are done to get inspiration for yourselves. So I'm showing a lot more. Honestly, this build is not edited in. I haven't cut anything out at all. I just sped things up and created the video. So this is 100% raw, quote unquote, footage. Just edited, you know, with the speeding techniques and stuff, but I haven't actually cut anything out, so you're gonna see everything. You're also going to see me go through different iterations of stuff and decorations and things like that, so you guys can kind of see as well that I am going through the same things as a bunch of you are going through, like having trouble finding things that match and stuff like that. But that being said, going back into the build, I wanted this build to again be a mixture of this old school vibe mixed with modern contemporary items. So that's what we did here. I tried to really make the rooms feel special, but we kind of go with this throughout the whole build, this cream vibe on the walls, this kind of yellow pastel color thing. I really liked it against this raw brick, and especially here in the kitchen as well, and the dining room area with this really harsh looking flooring. I just thought it looked so good. In my mind, I was kind of channeling like a, I don't know, New York apartment, loft apartment, flat thing with the style, and I think it really works. So if you are here from the original Underwater build, because I've been gaining a ton of new subscribers lately, which is amazing, thank you so much for that, which means we're getting closer and closer to the goal of 100,000 subscribers. If you are from the original Underwater build, tell me in the comment section down below. I really want to know what you think of this new build now, because honestly, I like it. I like it more than the original. I see why the original has so much charm, and in the Underwater 2.0, which I called the house, which hearing it now is so corny, but in Underwater 2.0, I went with the same vibe. I still went super modern, so I wanted to do something different here. In the living room space, which we are building now, as you can see, it's kind of like one big urban concept, except for the sleeping spaces and the 2 bathrooms that we have in the build as well. Other than that, it's one big urban concept, kind of separated by these walls that is kind of like all over the place, because honestly, building in hexagons like this is so difficult. It's just, I don't know if you guys know, but building on an angle, especially placing furniture on an angle, is really difficult in The Sims 4. And the way that I kind of worked around that, and I know a lot of people have been asking me this as well, I just want to clarify one thing real quick. Just because I don't comment on the comment that you have been writing in the comment section of a video doesn't mean that I didn't see it. It's just because there's so many comments, and I'm not even kidding. I have the YouTube studio app thing where I can see everything that's going on, and it's like instant refresh if there's a new comment. There's so many. I mean, between YouTube, homework, doing my personal life as well, answering so many comments is just beyond my reach, honestly. But I'm trying. But yeah, what I was gonna get back to is, I know a lot of people have been asking, how do you move stuff freely on the grid? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put in the cheat Move Objects on. It is listed down below, the 2 cheats that I use in every single build, because it's just my go-to cheats, and then you have every single item, which is really nice as well. But you're gonna put in the cheat move objects on, and what you're gonna do is, once you have that cheat in, you can press the Alt key. You don't have to have the cheat active, honestly, but it just helps with you placing stuff freely. So once you press down the Alt key and you place stuff, you can move it freely on the grid. What I like to do as well is to change the camera settings from The Sims 4 to The Sims 3 camera. I just prefer that camera, and I know a lot of other builders do as well, because the Sims 4 camera is very much, how do we say this and not offend people? It's not good. I don't like it. It's the best way you can say it. So I use the Sims 3 camera, and that also helps if you have the Alt key placed down and press Control as well. You can kind of rotate it 360 degrees. So that helps as well. Just a little tip from me. But yeah, if you want more tips like this, join me on a live stream. I'm always up for answering questions, especially when we're live streaming. So follow me on Twitter. There's a link in the description down below as well, where I kind of post every single time I have a live stream planned or scheduled, or what I'm kind of up to at the moment with builds. For example, this build was teased on my Twitter account, so the longtime fans and people who have been following me for a long time would have known about this build before it even got on YouTube. So yeah, go follow me on Twitter. I mean, just do it. So going into the master bedroom here, I initially tried something different with the bed in the beginning, as you saw, but I couldn't get it to work. I really wanted to use that bed, but the headboard was just not good. I tried to work around it, but it was just not workable at all. So I decided to go with another bed from the, what is it called, Vintage Glamour Stuff Pack, and that worked out much better for me. In the master bedroom here, we're going with this orange vibe, and as you have probably already noticed in the rest of the build, we have a lot of wooden textures in here, and like whites, browns, blacks colors. I really like to do that at the moment, and then accent stuff with plants and bright colorful paintings, maybe like a bright colorful lamp like we did in the master bedroom, because it just makes those furniture pop so much more. It makes them stand out, and as soon as you go into a room, haven't you ever tried this, going into a room and the first thing you see is like a really beautiful plant or a fantastically beautiful painting or something like that? I want to create that, like that feeling that your eye is just drawn to something. I love that idea. I tried to do it in the guest bedroom here as well. The guest bedroom is not as extravagant as the master bedroom because it is a guest bedroom, so I took some more liberties in here to kind of make it more guest room-y than you would think. So we put a chess table in here, a fish tank, because what would a underwater house be without fish tanks, right? And some seating areas. I also went back in right before I uploaded the building and actually placed in the faux fireplace that was added in the free content update that came right before Christmas. So that is the only thing that you haven't seen in this build, I promise. So I was going back to the original because this build is built over several days. I'm having like a lot of homework in school at the moment and stuff like that, and I don't want to neglect that. So building videos comes like second at the moment because it's my last time at school and I have to do really well to get good grades and stuff like that. So this build is built over several days. But I went back into my original underwater house build, and I loved the entrance there. Kind of like this hidden entrance that you couldn't really see because it was kind of like blended into the existing terrain, and it was just so cool looking. So I tried to mimic that. I will say one thing that is really good about going away for your builds from a couple of days and then going back to them is that you get a new perspective on what you can do. So the entrance here, I wanted to keep it simple, like having the kind of stone go through the wall was a really cool idea. I was thinking about putting in some, what is it called, some windows so you could actually look into the water, but I just figured it's too much. So going on the islands here, what I wanted to do for this version of the underwater house was to create a more natural looking island than I did in the other two. So in the first one, there was kind of like this more emphasis on having a movie hangout place on the island that was the house. I didn't want to go that way in this build. I wanted to go in some other direction. In the second build, I did a really modern looking garden, which was on top of the house as well. And there was kind of like this little peephole down in the middle. So we had like water in the middle of the house as well. It was really cool. But for this build, I just wanted to go another way. So I created what to me looked like kind of like a park themed thing. I wanted it to look a bit more like a public place, a community lot. So a lot of other Sims would go here to barbecue and stuff like that because it was a community park. There would maybe be like ducks in the water and stuff like that. So I created these natural looking islands and then a walkway through to the back of the islands where we have this nice little area where people can sit down and barbecue and have a good time with their family. And we're going to put in some lights in the end as well. So that's kind of the idea behind the top of the underwater build this time around. And I honestly I think this is the best decorating of any of the other underwater houses that I have done. It to me looks more natural. It blends really well in with the surrounding areas as well. And I honestly also think it's just because the terrain tool really helps with that. We have different layers and different heights of terrain. And there's so many new plants that we can use now that we didn't have when the first one came out, and the second one just it just didn't fit with what we were trying to do with that. So it's to me, this is the best landscaping I've done on an underwater house, honestly. So yeah, there's that. But I'm just going through finding different trees that kind of works with the space here. I have tested everything out. You can still swim in the pool if you want to, because it is a pool. It is fully workable. The bridge that goes over the pool is also fully workable as well, so you are able to go onto the island and actually use the barbecue area that we're gonna put in just a little bit. You're also able to go downstairs, and my sim is actually at the moment I did the video tour in the end, he is naked in the bathroom, and I didn't realize that until I started recording. So yeah, you're gonna see a naked sim, not fully naked, but I mean, he's there, so it's all good. I mean, he's good looking, so who really cares? Like so yeah, the last thing I did here was I went back into the bottom of the pool to make it look more like the bottom of a lake or something resembling that. So I went in, put in some bubbles that would kind of resemble bubbles from fish and stuff like that. I didn't want to go too heavy with plants down here, but I still wanted there to be something to look at once you actually look through the windows from below the water. So there was always something to look at, and then just decorating the last things, you know, with some lily pads and stuff like that on the top. And here we have these screenshots, video tour. I'm so used to saying screenshots, honestly, I'm sorry. Video tour. So yeah, I think it looks so nice. It's like so calming to look at, and it has like this really beautiful nature vibe. So remember, if you want to get this build, it is on the gallery right now. Just follow the link down below or search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find this build and every other build that I have ever done ever. So go check that out. As I said before, follow me on Twitter, where again I post a lot of stuff about builds I'm doing, upcoming streams, little teasers, and general questions for you guys. And if you have a house you want to suggest to me that I should maybe do, also suggest that on Twitter as well. And yeah, what else? As we take a look in the inside here, I really love the vibe that is going on in this house. It's super calm, still modern, but kind of like with a twist of this old school vibe. And I think the mixture of the old and new in this build is honestly really good. I'm kind of enjoying it. But yeah, the goal for 2019 is to hit 100k. So 100,000 subscribers on this channel. It is my dream to hit that many, and to include you guys in it would be awesome. So share this video with everybody you know, like it, comment down below, and start a conversation with other people. It always makes me really happy to see that people can be nice to each other in the comment section. So that's really nice. But yeah, help me grow the channel. I mean, this is a channel for you guys as well, and let's grow it as big as we can possibly get this year. Hopefully that is 100k. That would be amazing. But yeah, as we take a look at the last shot, that's just a faux fireplace. I thought it looked really good there. But as we take a look at the last shots outside, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And again, if you enjoyed this video, why not leave it a like and a subscribe and a comment down below, and share it with your friends so we can grow this channel even bigger throughout 2019. But yeah, I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time for another video. Bye!